I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Zwicker?
Here.
Ms. Breyer? Mr. Prince?
Here.
Mr. Person?
Here.
Ms. Palmer? Here. Mr. Corman?
Here.
And Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. One absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Zwicker.
I move that we excuse Councilmember Breyer. Second.
Been moved by Mr. Zwicker, seconded by Mr. Corman, that we excuse Councilmember Breyer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Administrative report, Mr. Covington.
I have no report tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we have nobody signed up to address the council. We have 13 items on the consent agenda for council consideration. Is there any item a council member would like pulled for discussion?
I'd like to pull 5J.
5J?
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah, G.
Yes, Mr. Zwicker.
I move the council concur in the consent agenda minus item J. Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Zwicker, second by Mr. Corman. The council concur with the consent agenda minus item J. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Mr. Person.
Most I can get this answered real quick, but it's for a management services for the South Lake Washington roadway, and as I read that, and maybe I made a mistake, I was thinking of this as being as the inspection services, and I thought we were hiring a limited term inspectors, but maybe this is more than just the inspection.
Greg will come up and give you some input.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, good evening. I'm Greg Zimmerman, Public Works Administrator for the City of Renton. This is a construction management contract, and it handles several different types of things. I'm not anticipating that the limited term construction inspectors that Councilman Person is talking about would be used on this particular project. Those are mainly to assist us with the Rainier Avenue project and also the Southwest 27th Strander Boulevard project, the major projects. But it is an interesting question because it has come up several times in our discussion with staff and even with the labor union about how we handle these major contracts. The purpose for having specific construction management staff on projects is to a certain extent a bookkeeping issue. Most of these projects use federal and state grant funding, and the paperwork and the record keeping and the accounting is something that we really have to be very careful about that being kept in order. But in addition, construction management takes care of handling partial pay requests from the contractor and also change orders and submittal review. All of those type of things are not really strictly inspection items, although if we get into a pinch, because our city assigned construction inspectors sometimes have to break off and work on private development projects or franchise utility projects, we do have the ability to use the construction management contract to fall back and use a consultant inspector if we need to. But the main purpose for this particular contract is for the pay requests, bookkeeping for the grants, and also contract change orders and that type of thing.
Thank you, Greg.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Covington.
Just noticed one thing in looking at this agenda bill. I thought we had a sentence in there. There may have been a question by some council members or maybe even by members of the public. The name of this firm happens to be the same name as our almost retiring Transportation Systems Director, the Deputy Public Works Administrator. He sold his company a number of years ago and has no relationship with the company now other than they have his name.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Person?
That was a good explanation. With that, I moved that would the council concur in the recommendation.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Person, second by Mr. Zwicker, that item J be approved by council under the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Greg. Unfinished business, Mr. Zwicker.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we were scheduled last week to discuss the resolution regarding the ballot initiative for the library, downtown library placement. As a matter of note, that resolution is on our agenda tonight as item 7, B as in boy. I looked over, I have nothing to add. It's fine with me. This appears to be, would be the appropriate time for any discussion amongst council, as well as I think the administration was to give us outline a plan, basic plan for the 250-word statement. So with that, I would ask if the administration has anything to add on that topic.
With council approval, I've asked the council president and President Pro Tem to serve on a committee with the city attorney's office to work on a draft of the 250 words and bring that back for your approval.
Good. We're shooting for May 7th for a rollout, or do we have a date?
Yes,
We can certainly run it out on May 7th. I've given considerable thought to a preliminary draft, and I could propose one to Mr. Zwicker and Corman before Wednesday, I would suspect.
Oh, wait, just to clarify the date, so we're looking, the 15th was, so we,
The 15th?
14th, so we had 2 meetings, 7th
Yes,
and
you
14th.
technically have 2 meetings, that's correct.
Okay.
I will be out of town on the 14th, but Mr. Warren is certainly available.
Sounds great.
okay.
That's it for me, unless anybody else, otherwise the resolution goes through and we get to resolutions. Sounds good.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Let's see, Mr. Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Person,
No unfinished business.
Ms. Palmer.
Yes, I have 2 committee reports.
Community Services Committee Report, Airport Advisory Committee Appointment. The Community Services Committee recommends concurrence in Mayor Law's appointment of Mr. Chuck Higley to the Airport Advisory Committee, Airport Leaseholders Primary Position, for an unexpired term expiring on May 7th, 2013. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Palmer.
just as a reference, Chuck Kegley has been attending the RAC, the Renton Airport Advisory Committee, since, I believe, day 1 as a non-member, just as an interested party on the airport, and I think he'll be a great addition. He can just step right into it and knows all the background. So with that, I would move that council concur with the committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Palmer, seconded by Mr. Prince, that council concur with the Community Services Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Community Services Committee Report, Memorial Signs on City Streets. The Community Services Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to direct the administration to prepare an ordinance for the purpose of establishing a roadside memorial sign program that would allow citizen sponsors to pay a fee for the city to install and maintain memorial signs in city right-of-way. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Palmer.
I move that council concur with the committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Ms. Palmer, seconded by Mr. Prince, that council concur with the Community Services Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And that's it, Mr.
Thank
Mayor.
you. Mr. Corman.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Taylor.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. So we're moving on to resolutions and ordinances. We have 2 resolutions and 2 ordinances.
The first resolution regards the interlocal cooperative agreement with Grays Harbor County. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal cooperative purchasing agreement with Grays Harbor County.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Zwicker.
I move the council concur and the resolution is read.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Zwicker, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council adopt the resolution as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
The next resolution regards calling for the special election regarding the downtown KCLS library. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, calling for a special election to determine the location of the downtown KCLS library. This would be for August 7th, 2012.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Zwicker.
I move the council adopt the resolution as read. Second.
Been moved by Mr. Zwicker, seconded by Mr. Corman, that council adopt the resolution as read. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Corman.
I want to thank City Attorney Zanetta Faunus again for the hard work on that.
Here.
Really fine job of putting that together.
Thank you, Mr. Corman.
The ordinance is for second and final reading. The first regards the school district impact fees. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Section 41160 of Chapter 1, Administration and Enforcement of Title 4, Development Regulations of City Code, setting the school impact fee at $3,568 per new single-family home in the Issaquah School District, retaining the school impact fee of $5,486 per new single-family home and $3,378 per new multifamily home in the Kent School District, setting the school impact fee at $6,392 per new single-family home and $1,274 per new multifamily home in the Renton School District, and adopting the capital facilities plans of the Issaquah, Kent, and Renton School District.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move that this ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Person, that this ordinance be adopted as read. It requires a roll call.
Mr. Zwicker?
Aye.
Mr. Prince?
Aye.
Mr. Person?
Aye.
Ms. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Corman?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
The ayes have it.
And lastly, the last ordinance for second and final reading regards water leak adjustment policy. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending Section 8446 of Chapter 4 Water and Section 8523 of Chapter 5 Sewers of Title 8 Health and Sanitation of City Code, revising the city's leak adjustment policy.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I move that this ordinance be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Corman, that this ordinance be adopted as read. It requires a roll call.
Mr. Zwicker?
Aye.
Mr. Prince?
Aye.
Mr. Person?
Aye.
Ms. Palmer?
Aye.
Mr. Corman?
Aye.
Mr. Taylor?
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Next is new business, Mr. Zwicker.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have two items. The first, Monday, April 30th, beginning at 4 p.m. is a council workshop to take place in the conferencing center with one item, and that's a business plan. Again, a 4 o'clock start time to run approximately 3 to 4 hours. Second item is on Monday, May 7th, 2012. Committee of the Whole will be meeting here in council chambers beginning at 5:30 p.m. Two items. One is the appeal process. Two is cultural outreach briefing. That is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Prince.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have one item. We have Planning and Development Committee this Thursday, the 26th, 3 o'clock in the council conference room. We'll be discussing Title IV, Docket 8. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Person.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the the Public Safety Committee will meet Monday, May 7th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. in the council conference room. Two topics, transit center cameras. It's a briefing only. There'll be nothing reported out on it. And an MOU with King County for use of portions of Fire Station 16. That's
Okay.
it, Mayor.
Thank you. Ms. Palmer.
Yes. Okay. The Community Services Committee. No, I don't have anything.
Okay,
That's it.
that was Mr. Corman.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have a Transportation Committee meeting to announce. It'll be 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. on April 26th, this Thursday. And it will be held in the council conference room. There's 3 items on the agenda. All of them are briefing only. First item is proposed development at the airport. Second item is Renton Avenue South road closure by King County. And the third item is rapid ride update. And that's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Corman. Mr. Taylor.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, calling out the Finance Committee for Terry Breyer. Finance will be meeting on May 7th at 3 o'clock from 3 p.m. to 4:30, and we'll be discussing 7 items. One will be vouchers. Second will be pull tab gambling tax briefing. Third will be a limited term construction inspectors. Fourth, Children's Home Society lease. Fifth, Communities and Schools lease. 6, Edlin property lease. 7, interfund loan for Transportation Capital Investment Fund. That is all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Taylor. All right, moving on to audience comment. Is there anybody that'd like to address the council?
Will we adjourn?
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Zwicker, seconded by Mr. Prince, that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.